During his visit to Istanbul, Pope Benedict XVI backed Turkey's admission into the EU, into the European Union, prayed toward Mecca in a mosque, and called Islam a religion of peace, tolerance, and love. End of quote. So now this is the capstone to the Pope's apology. Okay, so he travels to Istanbul in the middle of this controversy, and he says Turkey should be part of Europe. Now, you should know that in 2006, which is when this happened, there was already a bunch of work done to document what was happening demographically in Europe, because it was happening very fast, and a lot of people were getting worried about this. So by 2006, which is when the Pope goes to Istanbul, well, you already had large Turkish communities established all across the European Union, and they were growing very rapidly through family reunification and also through addition of new migrants. But it wasn't just Turks coming in from Turkey into Europe. By 2006, the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, a bunch of European Union reports and also academic studies were already describing Turkey as a key smuggling and migration hub into the European Union, whether legal or illegal. Many Muslims were coming in already by 2006, particularly from Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and also Turkey. And they're all coming in through Turkey, right? Turkey is the big gateway into Europe. And despite the fact that this is happening and that it's already being commented with urgency and some alarm in different places, the Pope says he wants Turkey integrated into the European Union, which of course would have brought an even greater flood of Muslims into Europe. And to anyone paying close attention, it was obvious that that Turkey had a policy to flood Europe with Muslims. It was very obvious. They were not controlling the border at all. And later it became even more obvious because Erdogan, the Turkish president, in public made it clear that he was going to use the Muslim immigration into Europe as a power lever to force concessions from the European Union. And the European Union eventually ended up paying Erdogan a lot of money, ostensibly so that Erdogan would control the border and would manage the flow of Muslims into Europe. So Erdogan has a policy to use this as a power lever. And in spite of all that, here's the Pope saying, I want Turkey in the European Union, which of course amounts to the Pope signaling that he favors a demographic transition toward Islam in Europe, the head of the Catholic Church.